Hello and welcome into your Bruins fan review for Game 6 of the first round of the 2019 Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, this was a good sign for the Bruins. Now, I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry about that. I'm on the first. I should be on the intro screen. 4-2 makes the series 3-3, forces a Game 7 on Tuesday, and the Bruins look convincing in this one. Now, 41 shots to 24. Usually when the shots are real close, you make an argument either way sometimes, but in this one, you could clearly tell the Bruins were the better team. Not from the start, though. For the first 10 minutes, I thought the Leafs looked like the better team, and they did get rewarded. The first person to score is Morgan Rielly in this game, and kind of a broken play by the Bruins. Leafs get up to the point, shots on net. Good things happen when you shoot on the net, and it beats Tuukka low on the right side. Tuukka doesn't get his leg over, and it just barely beats him. I think Tuukka should have had this one. I don't think he saw it. I think that's why it beat him. But really not good to see the first goal go in against the Bruins. But at the same time, I thought maybe if they got scored on first, maybe we would just put a little give them a little energy to, not get eliminated from the playoffs. I thought maybe it'd be a good sign for them at the time, but I don't know why I was thinking that. You always want to score first, but for some reason, I think I was just being overly optimistic. Like, oh, they got scoring first. Well, now they're going to have to play even harder to get back in this one, so maybe they'll look better than the Leafs. Weird logic for me to have at the time, but I was just trying to be optimistic, I think. But it would actually turn out that way because the Bruins looked a lot better after this goal, and from this point on, they played like a much better team. From about this point on, probably until late third period when the Leafs tried to make a comeback. Marchand will get on the board shortly after this on the power play. I believe this was Tyler Ennis. Tyler Ennis holding on Sean Kuraly. And right off the face-off, 1:04 left on the power play. Bergeron wins the face-off. Marchand gets it, shoots it, hits off Ron Hainsey's leg, and goes 5-hole on Frederik Andersen and ties the game up 1-1. Then Joakim Nordstrom going to the box. I didn't really like that call. I thought he got taken down by Jake Gardiner, and that's the only reason. The stick went to the head. Bruins kill it off. They get a power play. Travis Dermott tripping against Jake DeBrusk. Krug would take advantage of that one. Shot by Pastrnak, gets a rebound. These two assists are kind of funny because it wasn't even like they passed each other. Pastrnak just took a shot. It got deflected to Krug, and as you can see, Krug had a tiny window to put it in because Frederik Andersen saw the shot coming. He was going to get over to that post, but Torrey Krug puts in the tiniest of windows, snipes, and puts the Bruins up by 1 on the road in Game 6. And Torrey Krug adding another clutch goal to his resume, and a big one for the Bruins. The next goal would then come by Jake DeBrusk in the second period, halfway through. Beautiful play between him and Krejci. Krejci taking it out wide, holding the defender away from him, making sure he can't get the puck there. He throws it toward the middle with a streaking Jake DeBrusk towards the middle. Gets a stick on the ice there, as you can see in the bottom right picture, and deflects it top shelf. Frederik Andersen, no chance. Very good play by Jake DeBrusk and David Krejci there to put the Bruins up 3-1. In the third period, the Leafs would have a bit of a resurgence in this one. 4 minutes and 15 seconds in, out of nothing, Austin Matthews gets the puck on the wing, and you can see how he receives that puck in the bottom left. You can see the form of his shot in the top right. It's not like he had a prime scoring chance. He just took it and used his ability to put it past Tuukka Rask. And man, that was a dart to the opposite corner that Tuukka was going from. And man, that's a world-class snipe and one of the best catch and releases you're going to see in the playoffs. And that would put the Leafs down by 1. It would really make for an extremely tense last 10 minutes at my aunt's house on Thanksgiving. On Easter. What am I saying? I'm a little out of it right now, but kind of tired. But really, really tense minutes, but Marchand would get the empty netter. And also, let's mention the guy in front of the camera on NBC Sports. I'm not sure if Canada saw him too, but he was directly in front of the camera. And how can you have that much money into a broadcast and not just get it raised up a little so the people at home, the millions watching, can see the play on the ice? But could have missed something important like Bobby Orr's goal if someone was standing right in front of the camera. It's unacceptable, and that's a really funny crop and or photo edit that a guy did on Twitter. I don't know who did it. I saw a few people post it. But Marchand there chilling in the postgame. I don't know why I included that. But let's talk about Game 7 for a quick minute. The Bruins have home ice. I know I flew through Game 6, but it really is just as simple as the Bruins were the better team. They did what they had to do. Now let's talk about Game 7. For the second consecutive season and the third time in the last 7, the Bruins and the Maple Leafs will play a decisive Game 7. And for the third time, it will be at TD Garden. Now, as you can see on the right, results haven't been so kind to the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 7 at TD Garden. They've been borderline cruel to them. So as a Leafs fan, that's probably sitting in your mind that, man, good things haven't happened the last few times. But I really think you should throw all of the history out the window when thinking about this game, because it could really go either way. These teams are extremely close. You have two really close games between these teams, and then 2 for each where they've outplayed each other. So it's really going to come down to who shows up on Tuesday night. Home ice, does it matter? I think yes, because the crowd gets into it. If you score a big goal, it can really kill momentum for the Leafs if the Bruins get a few goals early. If the Leafs go up 4-1 and the Bruins get a second goal late in the game, it's really going to rejuvenate the crowd and put some extra energy into the Bruins' skates. So home ice really does matter for these games. At the end of the day, it might just determine the series. Now, up until this point, home ice hasn't really meant much. The Bruins are 1-2 at home. If they're to go 1-3 at home in the playoffs, that's a major concern because they were such a good home team this year. And to see it all collapse, man, that'd be tough. Now, the bottom right picture, if you know, that's Jake DeBrusk's goal in Game 7 of last year, which really felt like the turning point of the game. The Bruins ran away with it after that. But I really just want to know, how do you feel about going into Game 7? I didn't want to take up too much of your time talking about Game 6 because I'm kind of late to the party on getting to talk about that. But really happy with this Sean Kuraly look that night. It really makes sense to have him at center like they did the last night instead of on the wing like they had in the game before. It's really just about who shows up. That's all I'm going to talk about today. I know it's a very short video, but it is what it is. I'm looking forward to Game 7. I'm going to do a pretty long video for Game 7, probably breaking down everything. I'm probably going to end up watching it 2 or 3 times just to get into it. But I just wanted to give you a quick little recap on my thoughts. I'm very happy with how the Bruins looked in Game 6. Please look like that in Game 7. Please outplay the Leafs in Game 7. I don't want to stop making videos. I don't want to stop watching the Bruins play hockey. Columbus is going to be tough in the second round for whoever faces them, but that's a thought to come along in another day. Go Bruins, beat the Leafs, get it done as you have in the last 2 times this has happened. That's all I got for you today. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts going into Game 7. How do you feel as a fan of your team? If you're a Leafs fan, let me know. Tell me how you feel. If you're a Bruins fan, tell me how you feel. And hit the subscribe button if you want to follow my coverage of the series going forward for Game 7 and the next round if the Bruins have it, and any off-season stuff. That's all I got for you today. Peace.